Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm the one they call Peachy Pie, and today we are taking a look at some uncomfortable truths. So let's get straight into it.
Five uncomfortable truths that we all need to accept. Let's go. 5. Some people will always love you regardless of what you do. 4. Some people will never love you regardless of what you do. 3. Every single person you love will die or you will die first. 2. It doesn't matter how much you learn, you will never feel ready. 1. It is not a lack of talent, it's a fear of making sacrifices.
I completely agree with everything that he said. Yeah, we know it's universally true that some people will love you irrespective of how terrible a person you are. There are some mums out there who just really love their sons and let them get away with so much nonsense and hurt other people. Yet they still really, really love their sons to the point where it's actually toxic. And then you get people that will never love you. We know this. We also know death is universal. I struggle with accepting death. I'm still working on those things. But the last two really apply to me very well. First of all, you will never feel ready. I still don't feel ready, and I'm busy doing the things that make me happy and the things that I feel are my purpose in life. I still don't feel ready for any of this, but I'm just rolling with it right now because I've learned that action is better than inaction. And the last one, it's not a fear of failure, it's a fear of making sacrifices. 110% true, because sometimes your ego is a sacrifice that you have to make as well. Yeah, these are uncomfortable truths for a reason. Yeah, I'm sure feeling a little bit uncomfortable with some of them. That last ones, all 7 of them really resonate. I think everybody can agree. Support a partner or no partner. People should be able to recognize their flaws. You can recognize their flaws easily, so they should be on the lookout for that. Yeah, the best revenge is moving past the situation. Long-lasting relationships doesn't mean that they are working relationships. How many people know people that have been in 30-year marriages and they hate each other? They hate each other's guts. That happens too often. Self-respect comes from self-control. Yeah, put your boundaries down, girl. Put your boundaries down. Don't waste your time with overthinking social media and meaningless relationships. 100%. And don't look for happiness elsewhere. Happiness should be here. You should create your own happiness. Your partner is not responsible for making you happy. That is another uncomfortable truth, which I haven't seen it so far. Somebody talking about. You are responsible for your own happiness 110%.
Is bringing your past traumas into a new relationship. You make other kids feel like they're the problem, whereas you are dealing with issues from them other dudes that you've been dating. Guys, itu teng ho tsamaya counseling. Itu teng ho deala le di issues tsa lena and start on a clean slate. If you feel like you need time, don't move from one relationship to another. Deal with your past issues so that living happy.
Okay, I hear what you're saying about, honey, you don't even know the half of it. The past relationships are not even the top of the iceberg, not even like actually the bottom of the iceberg of the trauma. That is a credit which goes to someone's parents. That is a credit that goes to your upbringing. Why do you pick terrible partners in the first place? Probably because you are witnessing abuse somewhere and now you're repeating that in your dating life, you're repeating it in your life because it's familiar to you somehow. There are statistics about this. There are a bunch of statistics about this. So while you're like, okay, don't bring your trash from your previous relationship into this relationship, work on healing, all that stuff, you all need to go to therapy. You as a guy should go to therapy with your girl. She should be going to therapy. Everybody needs therapy. I am a proponent of therapy. Yeah, I love therapy. But the thing is that you need to remember that your parents are the ones that set out how you're going to develop and what type of relationships you will look for as you are older. So if there's toxicity in your home, if there's abuse in your home, that is going to follow you into every single relationship because you are repeating those patterns. You're looking for the things you saw growing up. It's a subconscious thing and it needs to be dealt with. So we got to deal with all of these issues in order to have really, really healthy relationships. And it's a lot. There's a lifetime's worth of trauma just waiting for you on a therapist's couch. Let's go.
Here are 4 brutally uncomfortable truths to consider before starting any new relationship. Number 1, if you are not comfortable being on your own, and I mean really, truly, deeply comfortable all on your own by yourself with no one else, then you will ignore the red flags that they show you. You will lower your boundaries and tolerate behavior that you know you don't deserve. And that makes you a doormat. A doormat that begs to be trampled on time and time and time again. And the funny thing is, you will allow them to trample all over you. You will allow them to treat you like shit because you're too scared to be on your own. So it's not about wanting to be on your own. It's about learning to be comfortable and at peace when you are alone, because that is your fucking superpower.
110%. This is a lesson that I'm only learning recently. And like I mentioned, due to childhood traumas, due to relationship traumas, all that stuff like that, I did not know that I was making this mistake of not being comfortable on my own. And it was terrible to get into bad situations, bad relationships with whoever it may be. Parents, friends, relationships as in marriages or dating, whatever. To get into relationships with people who won't respect your boundaries because you ain't setting none. You don't know what it looks like when a red flag is staring you in the face. Or a red flag could be staring you in the face and you'll just completely ignore it to be a doormat. And it's ridiculous, it's crazy, and it will cause you a ton more pain than what you need to experience in your life because you are not cautious of what's actually happening. These uncomfortable truths are really hitting hard today.
4 brutally uncomfortable truths to consider before getting into any new relationship. Number 2, if you go into a relationship with needs, emotional needs, psychological needs, financial needs, any variation of needs whatsoever, then you become a beggar. And listen to me, beggars don't get what they want. The fuck do you think this is? Beggars get whatever is given to them. So when you understand and realize that you can cultivate everything that you need all by yourself, on your own, with no one else, then you step into your power and you no longer need the scraps that are given to you because you get to choose whatever it is the fuck that you want.
Preach, 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 preach. Thank you. I think your name is Adam. Preach. You are so 110% correct. He's talking about self-sufficiency, which seems to be a trend with these TikToks that he's making about uncomfortable truths before you enter into a relationship. Yes, you need to be self-sufficient, and it's just so unfortunate that the church likes pumping out women who are codependent, because codependent means easy to control. Christian women, I beg you and I warn you against codependency. Your codependency is from the devil, okay? It's the worst thing that can ruin so many amazing, wonderful young people's lives. Codependency is a disaster and it can end up ruining your life for an extremely long period of time. So get on your feet, get focused on getting your life right, get focused on putting those proper foundations down for your life, financially, emotionally, spiritually. You need to know who you are before you enter into a long-term relationship, because otherwise that person will trample all over you, especially if there was somebody that is assertive or has known that it's easy to manipulate you. Because I'm gonna tell you now that there are people out there that can sniff out a codependent in the middle of a crowded room and will head straight for you, and you will think this person loves you, because you will think, oh, this person's gonna give me everything I need. In the meantime, they are there to manipulate you, because you are easy to manipulate, because you're not strong enough to say no, you're not independent enough, and you're not going to put down those boundaries that they hate. So please, I beg you, everybody, men, women, children, whatever you are, whatever age you are, work towards getting independent. It's the greatest thing you can do for yourself, especially before you enter into a relationship. Okay, those are my thoughts. Really, really deep thoughts today. But thank you so much for joining me. And we're going to go with our scripture of the day in a second. But if you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. Also, subscribe because I would really, really appreciate it. And yeah, let's go to our scripture of the day.
Quotations are taken from the Holy Bible, New Living Translation, with copyright by Tyndale Foundation, used by permission of Tyndale House Publishers, all rights reserved.
Your scripture of the day comes from Isaiah 8 verse 19, which says, "Someone may say to you, let's ask the mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead. With their whisperings and mutterings they will tell us what to do. But shouldn't people ask God for guidance? Should the living seek guidance from the dead?" Alrighty, then. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day further, because you absolutely deserve it. I'm sorry if these truths hit a little bit hard, but sometimes we need the lemon juice that life can give us. Anyway, have a great day. Cheers.
그대 잠깐 눈을 붙일 때 나는 마음에 물을 붙여요. 비밀의 나만의 초콜릿. 그대 차가운 몸을